starting off the week 1 workout with a side plank into a dead bug, and then a kneeling kickback using my TheraBand. I got this TheraBand. It's a medium to lightweight, no handles needed. It's pretty basic. You can get it anywhere. I bought mine at BlackRock. So we are going to get into our side plank position. When you do that, elbow underneath your body so that when you lift up, okay, I'm gonna go, this is the easiest with your leg bent underneath. When you lift up, you're in a nice straight perpendicular to the floor. If you start underneath your body, you're gonna be on that angle and it's gonna be really wide and put pressure on your shoulders. So here we go, into our plank. We're gonna hold that plank for 30 seconds or 12 hip dips. So gently tucking the chin. This is level number 2 with your feet staggered. Level number 3 is with your feet on top of one another, making sure your body's in line. Abs are in, you're breathing every set. If you can't breathe, stop and hold. Focus on your posture and your breath. 30 seconds. Ooh, shaking. You should feel your lat working. Tuck the chin, abs are in. Woo! And done. Switching sides. Into that plank on the other. Stacking the legs, staggering, or knee bent underneath you. Start with that elbow. Hold the core. Tuck the chin. Do the hip dip if you feel like progressing to there. You should feel your lat working, your obliques, glute med, side of your quad a little bit, right? Hold, hold. Always make sure you're breathing. And take a break. If you want, we can go straight on. We're gonna go straight into our dead bug. Keep your head down, level number 1. Bring your knees in so your lower back is flat. If you have a natural curve in your lower back, you can roll up a little towel and put it underneath so that you have that compression with your lower back. So the knees are a little bit more, less than 90 degrees, right? They're not here, they're here. Place the heels of the hands here. And we're going to, same leg, same arm. Inhale as the arm and leg go back. Exhale, arm and leg come together. Elbows are tucked in, shoulders are relaxed. Lower back is flat. Inhale. Exhale. Every time you exhale, we're pulling the belly button in. You're making sure that your ribs aren't popping out. Keep breathing. Lower back is flat. You're holding and maintaining that transverse abdominal contraction with those abdominals while you move your limbs. If you lose that abdominal contraction, don't go down as far or out as far with your hand, right? You have to stay in control with the core. You can only go as far and as fast as that core will maintain that stability for you. Moving on to our glute, grabbing the TheraBand. Again, the more you hold the TheraBand together, the more resistance you're gonna have. So coming with your hand, your foot onto that TheraBand. We're gonna be here, okay? Shoulder blades are back and down. You're gazing towards the top of your mat. Your back is nice and flat. Okay, if you need a pillow underneath your knee, go for it. Sometimes I'll use a pillow, it depends on the day. If you don't have a nice padded mat, breathe it out. Notice that I kick my leg up. I don't lose that arch in my back. I want to keep my back nice and flat. Neutral spine. Breathe out, pull belly button in. Kick with the heel. My heel only comes up past my glute if I can maintain that core position. From listening to my body, get used to listening to your body. This is why we're doing this. 6, 5. This other toe can be underneath or straight, up to you. Try not to let your head hang. I have to catch myself all the time. Pull the shoulders back and down. It's almost like you're screwing your hands into the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Switching to the other side. taking a break in between if you need to, lightening up on the band if you need to. We're using a lot of core muscles in all of these. Screw the hands into the floor, shoulder blades back and down, gaze forward, and kick. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And that exhale should bring about a belly contraction, abdominals are in. Recruit the core as you exhale. And 6, and 5, and 4. I gotta keep my head up. 3, and 2, and 1. My head loves to go down because this is what I do all day when I'm massaging, so I have to try when I'm training to do the opposite of what I do all day so that my body can be balanced. Going back to the plank, here we go. 12 hip dips for 30 seconds. 1, almost there. Come on, push it. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Remember, less is more. I don't even have a timer right now, so if I'm not making it to 30 seconds, I don't know. But I'm making it to as long as I physically can without something else kicking in. Lower back, upper traps. I don't want that. I only want to do what I can. Eventually, you'll get stronger and you'll be able to do it longer. Or do more of the hip dips. Or take another position. Go from a bent knee to a straight knee. Go from hip, leg staggered to stacked. Be mindful of your posture. Breathe. 6, 5. Make sure you're using your lat, not your shoulder. 4, 3, 2. Keep holding. Squeeze the glutes. Pull the belly button in. Make sure you're breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Right where you're at, dead bug. Laying down, knees up. Grab your towel if you need it. Low back is flat. Press the hands. Be stronger with the knees and with the hands. So it's kind of like a 60-40, right? 60 with the legs, 40 with the hands. Inhale. Exhale. You're maintaining that stability. Ribs down, belly button in. Low back. Pressed into the floor. Every time you breathe out, engage core. And 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Give those knees a little squeeze. And grab that TheraBand. Kicking at those glutes. I'm going to start with the other leg first. And I'm only doing 2 sets for this workout of everything because I need it to be timed properly to put it on YouTube for you guys. So we're going to come up. 1. Screw the hands into the floor. Gaze forward. Stable. Feel the glute working. Contract, abs in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Remember, if you aren't fatigued here, you can always do a few more or make note how much slack you have on either and choke up a little bit more so you make it heavier so you're fatigued at about that 12 repetitions, right? Switching to the other side. Hands are here, gazing forward. Take it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lats are nice and strong. Glutes strong. Big breath out. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Moving on to our seated straight leg lifts. We can use a yoga block if we want. Just gonna want a little bit of an angle so you can see what I'm doing here. Pull my pants up. Sitting. So we want to maintain this nice straight on your sit bone posture. If you need a pillow because your sit bones are sensitive, go for it. If you find that when you lift your leg, you go back, push your hands into the floor here, okay? If your leg does not go high enough to use a yoga block, then I remember when I first started doing this, I was like barely skimming the floor, okay? You can also, if this is even too hard, this is the easiest. You're kind of pushing yourself forward and lifting the leg as high as you can. Here we go. We're gonna do 10. I'm not even gonna use a yoga block. I don't know if I can do it today. That's fine. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Another side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whee! Okay. I'm not going to take much rest. I'm going to go straight into it. I'm going to add the yoga block because I want to see what I'm capable of today. I'm not going to use my hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Chest out, abs in, sit bones grounded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo, that's hard. Okay, coming back up. I'm gonna shake it out. Sometimes that kind of will like cramp up the quads a little bit, so I'll take a few seconds and just stretch. When I'm doing this stretch, look at my back. Nope. I want to hold my leg or my toe, wherever I can grab. My legs are short, so it's easy for me to go here. Pull the belly button in and maintain that neutral posture. You should not feel anything in the lower back. Now I feel my quad. I'm gonna breathe, maintaining zero tension up in my upper body. Gonna hold it for about 30 seconds, shaking it out, waiting till that crampy feeling's kind of gone. Okay, again, abs are in. Getting a good, comfortable hold, the ankle's not hurting. And breathing, maintaining good balance with my other stabilizing leg. And always, once you get into that posture, stay in that posture that you can balance in for 4 or 5 good breaths. You will get so much more out of the stretch or the workout if you're focusing on the inhale and the nice long slow exhale. Trust me, your brain will thank you because your muscle has memory, but it only has memory when it connects it to the proper breathing and all of the other things added in. Here we go, sumo squats. Add a weight if you want. You can add jugs of water. I have my Nautilus belt weights here. Kettlebell, Theraballs, whatever. I'm not. Today, we're just gonna do a sumo squat. Inhaling on the way down, filling up that belly. Exhale, squeeze up. Feet are screwed into the floor, so I'm gonna feel those glute meats kick in. I'm gonna feel my core when I get to the top. Shoulder blades down, relax. Inhale, bring that breath in. The knees stay over top of the toes. Squeeze it up. Here we go. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze and breathe. I'm gonna do 3 more because I have no weights, and I'm really gonna squeeze up the top, pull the abs in. Last one. If you wanted to end at 10 or 12 or 9 because you had weight, that's totally fine. Okay? Let's do a TheraBand shoulder press. That's the exercise right below. So we're gonna grab that TheraBand. Depending on how you feel, you can do one hand standing with both feet on the band, and we can do one hand at a time. Or you have a light to medium band, I'm definitely gonna do both legs on the band and both arms together. I might regret this one. And you're gonna press up, making sure that there's no cracks or it doesn't feel like your band is gonna break. Notice that the TheraBand is behind me, standing with a really strong neutral stance. Abs are in, glutes are gently flexed, okay? Breathe out on the way up. My hands do not come together. They come out into a Y. Slowly resist on the way down. Inhale on the way down. Your body naturally takes a breath in, so you don't have to focus on it too much. But it doesn't necessarily take a breath out. It holds it. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Feeling those shoulders right in through here. We do not want to feel our upper traps, okay? So that band almost felt too heavy to do this, so please err on the side of caution. My next set, when I do these, I'm going to do them one arm at a time. So it just gives you a change of pace for today, but do what you got. If you're doing them with one kettlebell at home, that's fine too. If you're doing them with 2 dumbbells, that's also fine, right? Pick your poison, use what you got at home. If you have any questions about it, let me know. So we're gonna go into that sumo again. Here we go, nice and deep. I'm going for the deepest squat that I can because I don't have weight. So if I'm not challenging myself with resistance, I'm challenging myself with posture, control, symmetry, breathing. I can add on my arms up, which makes it harder to maintain that upright thoracic posture. Slower is harder. I don't care what anyone says. Squeeze it up. Feeling all those muscles associated with that sumo. Inner thigh is being targeted. If you get up to the top and you feel your core, my lats are now working. That breath is full. 3 more. 2. 1 more. And squeeze right into my shoulder press. I'm gonna do my left side first. Standing on the band. And 1. And 2. And 3. 4. Breathe out. Feel that shoulder. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9, keeping that chin back. All of a sudden, if things get heavy, our chin pokes forward. We want to keep it back, keep our core in, knees are gently bent. 3 more, 2, 1 more, I can't even do it. And I'm not going to do it because felt my upper trap on the last one. Why push it that much further? Silly, silly, silly. I'll be the first one in a workout room to bail on a workout because I'm feeling something that I shouldn't be. That's how we stay injury free. And that's how we keep our brain and our body connected because it knows what's best. Don't trick it. Don't trick your body. Your body's here to help you. Breathe it out. Knees are bent, abs are in, flex the glutes, chin is back, gaze is forward. If you have a mirror, you're just looking at your phone and looking at me, keep your phone so that it's not down here. Keep it on something so it's a little bit higher or at your eye level. Whew. At the horizon, we call it. When I used to run marathons, we teach how to run properly, and it would be always looking at the horizon. So you're not looking up at the sun, you're not looking down at the ground, you're looking at about the horizon out in front of you. So it keeps you nice and level. Moving on. So, seated leg, shoulder press, ankle flexion. Fun. I love this one. So, grab a pillow. and I'm grabbing a kettlebell. If you don't have one, doesn't matter, we can just push into flexion. So knee is on the pillow, our ankle is relaxed down behind us, and we're coming into flexion. So I'm just gonna do a test run first to see how comfortable that feels. You should feel a mild stretch here. So please don't think that we're gonna get down as far as anyone else, right? I made that mistake many a times in a yoga class thinking I was gonna look like the instructor. We different. I don't have that flexibility. I might now, but I had to work at it from a different perspective. I did things like this instead of yoga. So we're gonna come here, okay? Hips are forward, shoulders are forward. Your ankle, okay, is getting some nice mobility here. Beautiful stretch even in the psoas or in the hip flexor here, okay? If you want, you can add weight to this hold. You're doing it for 30 seconds to a minute. So I'm just putting a little bit of weight. This is a 12-pound kettlebell. Your heel is not coming off the ground. If it is, you're moving it out further away from you and you're not going down as far, okay? If you have a yoga block and you need to use that for a little bit of support, absolutely. But make sure your core is in, okay? You're pulling that belly button in. And you're not letting your innards just drop out because that's gonna really pull in that groin. So we wanna maintain that upright posture like someone's kind of gently, you're floating. Okay, and you're just breathing, focusing on that breath. Once we get into that posture, you're trying to relax everything. Now, to push yourself out of this with your body, not smart. What we want to do is we want to take that yoga block, push, or you can get down on the ground, and push yourself out with your upper body so that I'm not re-engaging those muscles that I just had in a stretched state, okay? It will slingshot the actin and myosin, the muscle fibers, back together, and you'll get even tighter. That's not what we're looking for. So be mindful, start in a further from your knee place. I don't have as much flexibility in this hip flexor or this ankle. I think there's been like some damage over time, and some things are irreversible. So instead of trying to fix everything and do what you can't, you have to do what you can. So for me, it's going into this a little bit lighter and less. So I'm gonna stay here though for that 30 seconds and be mindful of where I'm at, pulling my core in, keeping hips underneath me. There's no strain in my lower back whatsoever. This is nothing to feel in the lower back. I feel a very gentle stretch here. And today, the majority of the stretch for me is felt on the lateral perineus of the ankle and into the lower leg. Once I'm done that 30 seconds or that 4 or 5 breaths, once I get comfy, I'm going to push myself off with my upper body and get out of that position. All right, moving on. Tibialis anterior pulls, my faves. So, TheraBand, tie it around something really quick. So I'm literally just gonna tie a knot in this bad boy. And I'm gonna put it around, I mean, you might have to tie a knot with it around something already, but I'm gonna put this around my waist here, and then I'm going to twist it a couple times so that it is safely around my dumbbell. And my dumbbell is 55 pounds, so it ain't moving. Okay, I'm gonna sit up on those sit bones again. Push yourself up this way, or keep yourself upright this way, or maintain that posture. If you're struggling with both of those, you can put a couple pillows underneath. It will get you upright and kind of mimic that position, because again, we want to do what we can do, not what we can't. Our body can only see what we can do. It does not like to remember what we can't do, okay? So put it in a position that's comfortable. You're going to let the toe, you can't kind of see, but you're going to let the toe go without it going all the way back. So you're not going into complete plantar flexion. You're just letting it somewhat go and then pulling into dorsi. So you're feeling that tibialis anterior, okay? Down. If I don't have enough resistance after about 4 or 5 reps, I'm going to come here. I want to fatigue at about that 10 to 12 reps Sometimes it feels like you can go on and on forever, and then all of a sudden you like hit a wall. That muscle's like, yeah, I'm done, thanks anyways. 5 more, 4, 3, 2, starting to burn, and done. You're gonna lean forward, gives you a nice little pull of that upper thoracic, and switch it to the other side. Be mindful that you might not be as strong on one side or the other versus the other. And the amount that your body wants to compensate might kick in too, so being mindful of that. Is your sit bone or your hip wanting to rotate? Is your quad wanting to contract? Pull it in. Feel the shin muscle, tibialis anterior. And 6. Really pull. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. These are such important muscles. People don't realize when you're getting back to the basics of what our body can and can't do. We want to be able to have a lot of strength in that tibialis anterior. It'll help you with walking. It'll help you with running. It'll help you with how you can do your squats and your lunges later on when we start increasing the amount of different types of exercises we can do. Okay? Pulling for 6. You can hold it for a second. And 2 more. Feel the burn. Last one. Good. Switch last. Here we are. I'm going to add a little bonus burnout to this one after we're done. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Pull, squeeze it in. And 5, and 4. Feel that muscle working. And 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Letting that TheraBand go safely, nobody's in the way. You're going to sit up with your heels on the ground, and we're going to tap your toes as hard and fast as you can. So this isn't an upper body workout or a core workout. We're just tapping your toes as kind of hard and fast as you can. They'll feel floppy. They'll feel less able to do it on one side versus the other. And just tap those toes. And you're going to start to feel the shins burning a bit. Bring the heels back closer to the butt. Tap, tap, tap. For 30 seconds. And burning. Done. Good. Moving on. We're going to do our oblique crunch. Okay, this one. If you didn't have a bender ball, we were using a pillow. If you my Coregeous ball or a bender ball, known in Pilates, right? Lots of different people sell these with a different name and a different tag. Same purpose, functional fitness, core work, fascial changes and compression. We'll get into that later. But you're going to roll back on it so that it's maintaining your posture. So you want to be very even on your sit bones. And what we're going to do is we're going to crunch to one side, 2. It's a small little crunch. You're pulling the belly button in and you're pushing the lower back into the bender ball. 7. Breathing it out. Keep your gaze over and just beside that knee. Feel those obliques kicking in. So we're using external obliques here, internal obliques here. Your core is kicking in because you're pulling that belly button up and in. And we're even strengthening that low back without feeling that low back or causing any compression on that L5-S1. And taking a little break. I'm going to show now with a pillow if you don't have the bender ball. So I'm just going to put the pillow here. I'm going to roll back. It's going to be a little bit harder with the pillow. So you may do less repetitions. Going to keep it at the same. 6, 5, breathing it out, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're feeling any low back, you're automatically done. Another alternative to this one, okay? We're gonna do another set immediately. We're just giving it a quick little breather here. We're gonna go straight into an oblique crunch here. This is one of my faves. So what we're gonna do with this arm, okay, it's behind my head, okay? And I'm gonna reach to this side, and I'm gonna crunch, okay? But it's not really a crunch, it's more of a gentle rotation. You keep your lower back flat. If your lower back can't stay flat, you're gonna roll up a towel, okay? Or put a very flat pillow underneath it, okay? Because it then will help keep your hips in neutral and you won't feel any discomfort in that lower back. Gently pushing into your head with your fingers, you're pushing your elbow down into the floor, breathe. And you're just looking your gaze into your hip bone here. You will feel those obliques kick in, but you'll be in a more stable position for those hips. Okay, doing the other side, right? Take that elbow in, I, breathing it out, 4. If you're doing your bender ball, keep doing your bender ball, 1. Okay. Did 2 sets of oblique crunches. Now we're going to do 2 sets of toe taps. We're going to do one with the bender ball underneath. So the bender ball is comfortably underneath that sacrum and tailbone so that you can remain nice and comfy with the shoulders, okay? Core is in, belly button's pulled in, ribs are down. It's going to be inhale, tap, exhale. Breathe out all the way out. Five more. Keep in mind, if you feel any cramping or fascial restriction or tightness, make note of that, and we'll give you some videos to do any. So message me if you have any fascial restrictions. Today I'm feeling a fascial restriction in the quad, so I'm going to add on a quad compression and fascial release. Makes sense. So then the toe taps, you're making sure that you're keeping that lower back nice and flat. If you only have a pillow, you can use a couple pillows here because if you're up a little bit higher, that's actually even better. But we're maintaining that low back pressed in. Inhale, reach down. If your toes don't go all the way, that's fine. Breathing it out all the way up. Inhaling all the way down. Keeping the ribs down as well. Keep my hands kind of on my ribs so they know to stay down. Lower back stays flat. As that lower back starts lifting, as my leg goes down, I'm going to bring it back in. Two more. One more. And done. Good. Done my core. I'm going to take my small foam roller. Everyone's going to have a different type of foam roller. Maybe you have tune-up balls. And I'm just going to release my right quad because that's the one that I felt. So I'm going to come onto my right quad, right in the center of my quad. My other leg is going to be out to the side. And I'm going to find that tender spot. Oh, there you go. I found it. And I'm going to hang out here. Okay, I'm not going to let my abs go. My abs are still in. My elbows are underneath my body. If it's not very comfortable to do it on a hardwood floor. So if you have to do it on your carpet or on a yoga mat, absolutely do it. But what you're doing is you're finding a spot of tenderness, okay? Sometimes it takes me a little while to work through some of the fascia and let my nervous system kind of settle down.
until I find that spot of tenderness. Okay, I found it a little bit more to the outside, but you can see I had to turn my body to get the foam roller a little bit more into my vastus lateralis, which is my outside quad. And I'm just gonna push my foot down into the floor. You can't tell I'm doing it, but what it's doing is it's contracting my quad. I'm gonna hold that contraction for about 10 seconds while I breathe, and then I'm gonna exhale, let that fascia relax, let that muscle relax, and let the foam roller meld into my skin and fascia, and my fascia meld into the roller. Giving it a number as soon as I kind of got on there before I did the contraction, a number between 1 and 10, 10 being horrible, 1 being not so bad. I gave mine about a 5, and now it's at about a 3. So I'm going to just go and contract that quad again for another 10 seconds. I'm maintaining my posture. I'm not letting myself sink too much into my upper body. There's zero pain in my lower back or discomfort anywhere else, like I'm not really even working my shoulders. And then I'm going to exhale, relax, let that fascial meld further into the... Now I'm at a 2. Technically, you can almost get off at a 2 or a 1, but I'm going to go up a little bit higher because I know it's a little bit more tender up here. And it vanished quite quickly, so it's already at a 1 or a 2. So I'm going to gently use my upper body to hop off and take my time while I get off the floor, just in case I was holding my breath at all. And it changed my blood pressure, so being mindful of getting up and off the floor quickly when we're doing any kind of resistance training and or compression and fascial therapy. All right, that was a great workout. See you in the next